Cool. All right. Well, you guys are getting me my last session for a few weeks. I leave for my wedding later on today. So you're gonna do a quick not chat GPT, Compass AI kind of chat GPT session today. Thank you so much. Kind of give you guys an insight into like what I've been using it for. Feel free to share if anybody else has kind of played around with it. Feel free to share anything else that you guys have really liked it for, but I am embarrassed to say how reliant I have become on Compass AI. I think sorry, she's gonna bark here, but Greta, can we not bark during this? One more session for a few weeks. So I really like to put in so many different emails and everything else before like I send them out into this. So I really love it, but I've used it for a bunch of things, and there's a bunch of prompts that are already uploaded into here that we can go over as well. Before I get into it, any specific questions on Compass AI or what it is or anything like that that you want me to go over in the session? Okay. Awesome. Lots of questions. Okay, let's do it then. So when you come into Compass Home, there's like this little black dot that I'm sure a lot of us have been seeing. It's on both the app, but it's also on like the desktop login as well. So when you click on that, that's what will pop up into this. So if you see like just AI, I think, and it's like 4 little stars or something like that, that's what you're looking at. So when you get into the prompt library here, let me move this over. And you can go into new chat. It'll give you these just to kind of start to use. A lot of people I know are using this for like listing descriptions, just listed post. That's if you wanted to put like a Instagram up or Facebook up, LinkedIn post up about a new listing. Any kind of like biography. So if you have team members or yourself, you kind of wanted to revamp that, that's there. Creating like a social post in general. So a lot of the time, if you want to say like, give me the top, like I'll even do one here. It'll kind of prompt you here, like write an engaging, high converting social media post about blank for an audience of potential homeowners or renters in Westchester, let's say. And then the content should include, and it puts everything in here. So this is just like an example prompt. You don't have to use the prompts that they're giving you. This is just if you're kind of getting started with it. I could go in and put, let me try and get out of here now. So if I just went into Compass AI here and I said, blog post for me about spring cleaning tips for homeowners in New York, this will automatically start to write this blog post for me. And I would say like in New York. So you can come up with any kind of prompt that you want to, but if you get kind of stuck, there is a prompt library that you can use. I think I maybe just saw a question come in here. And it's the autopilot. So a lot of times, like I'll use this again. I'm sure everybody's heard us all talk about this for a while now. Don't just use it word for word, like take it with a grain of salt. And then go from there. But I do think that they're really great just to kind of like get started. For me, I've always kind of been this way. Like I can write or I can create, but I need someone to just give me like the first few sentences, and then you can kind of get started from there. So this is one of the things you can do. And then you can open it back up here, go back to the discover more prompts. So many in here. I'm trying to think what else I've loved it for. Obviously creating listing descriptions, I think is great. So it'll actually let me put in the address. So I'll do a new one that I'm doing today. So even though this is not on the market yet, it'll use the previous listing to get like bedroom count, bath count, square footage, all of that. Then you can change the tone here. So it can be elegant, casual, personable, witty, modern, smart. You can add anything else in there. Happy. Sometimes it's annoying. It's like, I'll say, make it more casual. And then it's like, I've literally gotten some that's like not in Compass AI, but in another one's like, hey bro, this, I'm like, no, okay, too casual. I'm like, not that type of casual. I'm like, is there a way to also not make it sound like, hello, sir? What it's like, sometimes it's a little finicky there. I'm sure we've all had that happen. So get it, get it going, but definitely go in and customize it yourself. You can do word count in here, and then I'll kind of like make a short list of like nuances about properties that maybe only I would know, like proximity to the train station or like the beautiful archways that might be in a unit, things that this AI can't really pick up on necessarily unless it was in that previous person's listing description. But we're not always as lucky as having a listing that's been on the market either recently or before at all. So it might not have much to pull out of it. So this is where you can kind of start to brainstorm and list these things out. And it can be very casual. Like I just usually will separate these things out by commas. So I would say like, please, or I would just say in here, like, please note the beautiful archways throughout the unit as it is pre-war building, like situated right on the corner between, what should I say? On the corner across from the Bronx River Pathway entrance. Easy walk to Bronxville train station. And then you can generate from there. And then it'll start to obviously come out with it. So like nestled in a pre-war building, this elegant 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit at 31 Pondfield Road West, boasts timeless charm, spanning 10,040 square feet, exudes sophistication, blah, blah. And then I'm sure during that it had mentioned, did you mention my archways? I'm sure it did somewhere in there. So I would like take that, obviously go and customize from there. So I'm sure a lot of us have done it using this listing description thing. Any questions specifically on this? Cool. Okay. Going back into here. I mean, I would just like play around with this because there's so many different things you can do and there's so many great prompts that have already been here. Creating like a social post like we talked about is a great one. I oftentimes get like stumped onto like what captions to use or just like an idea of what to post. So you can ask it for options on that. I mean, there's so many different ways that we can use this. Has anybody used it and they want to share? A great way. Otherwise, I would just be going in here and showing you this, but it's really just like a kind of play around with it from here. Nothing. I think we must have a small group on. And then other things too are like before I write an email out, this has helped me really clean up like a lot of different email templates that I had. Like that was on my list to use this for. So anything like a final walkthrough email, like if I wanted to kind of revamp that email template, put it into here. Even if like I'm sending like a CMA recap email or something like that, and like I need it to really summarize, like the way that I'm writing it seems to be like a little bit all over the place. I have no brain cells left at the end of the day. I'll throw it into there, and it really has like a nice way of kind of making it sound much more cohesive than just like my thoughts on paper. And I have like definitely noticed that I think my emails or like long message, anything I have to like send to people is getting across much better. And it sounds like I actually know what I'm talking about, which is nice, rather than just like my bullet point kind of things that I used to have. So definitely don't be scared to just like go in. I literally will just like copy and paste an email that I've pre-written, say, please rewrite this, have it rewrite it. And then I make sure like it sounds, again, obviously like the right tone. I think I don't know if anyone else has been noticing this too, but like I can definitely tell like when I'm getting an AI written thing from people. So I really am just using it in there to make it sound kind of like I said, like much more organized and formal, I would say, than what some of like my other emails did. Like even like those final walkthrough emails or just like you're about to close emails. It really had like a nice way of making it look like a system at, not just like, please make sure you change the electricity. Please, we're meeting at this time. It really had like a nice way of kind of laying it out for me. So I've definitely been doing a lot of that. And then same thing, like in all of my newsletters, I use this to kind of like recap a bunch of the data that comes out. Like if we have like Q2 data coming up, it has like a nice way of kind of summarizing that into a paragraph. And then I add in like a few anecdotes myself of like what I'm seeing in the market. Those have been really well received. And then just like coming up with like ideas in general, like this helped me come up with a whole list of like different blog post topics for Westchester. And like I have my admin working on those. Like she always has like a running list. So she always has different blog posts to post about. So we did like a summer camp one, we did a best happy hour one, best ice cream shops in Westchester. And we do our website through Luxury Presence. And I have been getting like a lot of pings of people who are coming to our website just from those blog posts that we're doing. So it's just helpful in kind of like expediting, I think, a lot of these great ideas that we all have and just putting it together in like a concise list of actually like what to start to tackle instead of having that be the hump there. All right. Anything else? Anybody want to chime in? Not much. I got a quiet group today. I get it. I'm exhausted too. Packing for a 3-week trip, but anything else I'm trying to think what else I can talk about. I think a lot of us are pretty comfortable with this. It's like I said, it's just playing around and seeing what's going to work for you. I don't think you need to use this for everything. I think people are becoming also very, very, very reliant on this. I don't think, we need to run everything through AI, but like I said before, I think looking up a lot of the prompts, and you can like Google a bunch of different prompts. I've been seeing so many Instagram posts about this too, of different ways that people are using it. But in regards to like the actual Compass AI, I think the nice thing I will say about Compass AI versus like ChatGPT or any of these other ones that I've played around with is that I do think it changes its voice to definitely be going out to clients rather than I think some of the other ones, it doesn't really know who the audience is. This is definitely very specific into like knowing that it's going to buyers or sellers as their clients. So I've noticed that it feels more of like a professional voice than some of the other ones, which is why I've enjoyed using it over some of the others when I'm using it for this. Okay. Well, I didn't want to make this too short of a call, but if there's no other questions, definitely play around with it. Go through the prompt library. I hope I kind of shared some good ideas of what I've been using it for. I know there's people who are making tables with it and data and all of that wonderful, wonderful stuff too. So I think it's going to be something that we all start to kind of build off of a ton. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, I'll let you guys go then. If you have any, email me and we can do, a follow-up call to this, but if there's nothing else. That's what I've been using it for. Okay. Thank you. Talk to you later.